These are the plaintiffs, Rosa Mondejo, Julio Ocasio, and Lizette Gutierrez. Rosa says the defendant, their former landlord, is monkeying around with their remaining security deposit, making up lies so he doesn't have to return all their money. They have had run-ins with him while they lived there. She thinks he's keeping their money out of spite, and they're looking forward to their day in court to prove their case. They're suing for $2,250.02, the amount owed. This is the defendant, David Rivera. He says he's been a landlord for over 20 years, and he knows a thing or two about the law and his rights. He goes by the letter of the law. The plaintiffs are lucky they got anything back from him, and he is sure the judge will see things his way today in this court. He's accused of stealing security.
All parties, please use your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiffs say the defendant is keeping their security wrongfully, and they think it's motivated by spite. But the defendant says the plaintiffs are lucky they got a penny back. It's the case of spite suit.
Ms. Mondeja, Mr. Ocasio, and Lizette Gutierrez. Who's Lizette? Okay. And what's your relation? What is everybody's relationship?
This is my daughter.
Okay.
And that's my husband.
Okay. You are suing David Rivera, your former landlord, for $2,250.02 that you say he owes you double the remaining amount of the security deposit that you say he is unlawfully withholding. Tell me what happened.
We moved into his apartment about a year ago, and we paid $2,700 for the security, plus we paid a $500 for the pet deposit. When we moved in, we signed a lease. We also signed an agreement for the pet.
What kind of pet was it?
Small dachshund.
Okay.
We signed an agreement for the pet deposit to be returned once we move, provided that there's no
Pet
damages to the apartment. Correct. We gave notice to Mr. Rivera in December that we would be vacating the apartment on January 27th.
Okay.
On January 30th, we met with Mr. Rivera in the apartment, and we did an inspection. During the inspection, he noted two things. One was that the shower heads were missing, which
And why were they missing?
he claims that the shower heads were there when we moved in. When they were not there, I actually purchased the shower heads.
Why would you rent a place without shower heads? Like, why weren't they there?
They weren't there when we moved in. When we did the inspection, when we first looked at the apartment, the shower heads were there, but when we moved in, they were not there.
Do you have any record of saying to him, hey, where are the shower heads? You need to buy shower heads?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Because it sounds like, because otherwise, if you ran out then and bought shower heads, it sounds like you beautified the shower heads. If you're not telling your landlord, what the heck, I can't take a shower, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just went out and bought shower heads and didn't say anything to him.
That's
with
unusual.
regards to the shower
It's
head.
unusual for a person who tells him in January, with the help of a lawyer, I sent him a letter saying we'd be moving out February 28th. We'd be living out our part of the security.
Yes.
But you can't do that. So I'm surprised that a lawyer would tell you to do that.
Yes, you could, because of the fact that the security.
No, you can't. You can't live out security. Security is for the purpose of security. You're supposed to pay. Everybody does it.
Okay.
All right? Not everybody does it. A lot of people do it.
Okay.
But that's not legally permissible, and landlords suck it up because it's the last month. And what are they going to do by the time they go to court and get a hearing date? 3 months have passed. So that's why that happens. But let's talk about this. So the day comes when they're moving out. You live out the security deposit, or part of the security deposit.
Correct.
Part of it.
And so that would leave a remaining $900 in security deposit?
Correct, plus the pet.
Plus the pet deposit of $500, which brings us to $1,400.
Correct.
Then you were demanding the $63 interest.
Correct.
So then that's $1,463.
Correct.
Instead of getting $1,463, what you get is $462.99 back from him.
That is correct.
And does he explain why he's withholding the rest of the money?
He was withholding $45 for the shower heads.
Okay.
He was withholding $100 because of 2 light fixtures that had to be put back up.
2 light fixtures? You mean they had to be reinstalled?
They have to be reinstalled. When we moved in, we had his friend install our ceiling fan.
His friend is a handyman?
A handyman.
installed your ceiling fans.
The ceiling fans.
Did you
and-
pay him to install them?
Yes.
Right. And then did you pay him to reinstall what had been there? Because you took the ceiling fans with you, right?
We uninstalled the ceiling fans.
Okay.
Because
but
we
you
needed
know
to
that
get
these
them
need
uninstalled.
reinstalling,
Yeah,
so-
so we needed to reinstall them.
Okay.
And he
All right,
also,
so there's $100 that you withheld for that, and what else? According to you, you paid $855 to redo the floors, and you had to do that because of damage that was done to the floors.
It's floors and walls, Your Honor.
Floors and walls.
Before
all right?
they moved in, they had asked me to paint their apartment and also to paint the hallways, which I did.
Okay.
Right? Upon moving out, they had put TVs up, and they ripped TVs down. They try to fix the hose as best as they can, but, I got pictures here that, they did it was a crappy job.
Well, does that just need, let me see the pictures. Does that just need paint, or is it?
No, there's some of
It needs
the
sanding?
walls, the floors, so it needs sanding.
No.
The guy did work for me before, so he told me he had to charge
Is
me
that a flash, or is that the way the floor looked?
there's some water damage there. They had a
Oh, what happened with
refrigerator
the
there.
water?
There was a refrigerator there. That you see the green?
Yeah.
I guess those are the little. I'm assuming it's water damage from the freezer. They had a freezer there.
What's this? These are scratches?
Those are scratches. Those are all scratches.
Did you remove the refrigerator after she left?
No, I
No, that
removed
was her refrigerator.
I took
So
that.
you moved the refrigerator.
Yes.
Is this water damage there, or am I seeing things? I mean, it
Well,
is there.
there's a picture there with water damage. I don't know when that picture was taken. I don't have dates and times to know
I'm
when it
sorry.
was
You would
taken.
know if you removed the refrigerator because it was your refrigerator. You
I
would
did
know
not-
if
I
this is
d-
how it looked or not.
I did not see water damage at
Did
the
you
time.
see this green mark here?
No, we did not.
Are these white marks here?
No, we did not.
What are these, scratches on the floor?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what he's showing me, and your argument that that's wear and tear. I don't think I'm buying it because it looks like the floors are pretty scratched up. And what did you end up doing? You paid somebody to just refinish them for the next person.
Yes. The apartment is still vacant. I might be actually moving back.
Now, when you got a quote for the walls and for what other besides behind the TV, was there any other problem with walls?
Every room they had put up. I guess brackets to put up a TV. So there was one room where it had these yellow. It's still there. It's in the picture. One of the pictures in the first room.
Look me in the eye and tell me that you're not going to put brackets there yourself.
So the landlords typically shortchange tenants when it comes to withholding security.
Yeah, they do all the time.
Why?
Because sometimes you might break something in their apartment or a house or something.
But that's justifiable. Do they ever do it when they shouldn't?
Sure, they have. They have done it.
Typically?
No, not typically. It depends. I mean, I know that carpets and walls have a certain life, like.
Well, that's true. And we're going to get into that going inside the courtroom.
Do you have the bill from the gentleman who did the refinishing of the floors and the walls? Or the lady? They had originally quoted you what?
The guy who painted the hallways, he came by to take a look, and he said he would do the whole job for like $800-900, including floors and walls.
Okay.
So I went to him.
But she doesn't, why would she have to pay to repaint the entire apartment over?
No, he's not painting the apartment.
Well-
He's gonna sand down the walls. I don't know what he do. Some of it.
It says prime sand and paint. Did he
Correct.
paint the whole apartment?
He did the sanding and he did the prime. He hasn't painted yet because I'm not sure if I'm moving back and I'm not sure what color we're gonna.
Okay. Now, you're also suing for $250 for attorney's fees?
Yes, I had to. The attorney charged me $250 to do the filing of the summons.
Right. Does your lease say that you're entitled to attorney's fees? Do you have the lease?
I have a lease, yeah.
Yeah. So you are suing for double the amount that you're seeking because you feel that he wrongfully withheld double the amount that you're seeking. But you do acknowledge that within 30 days after you moved, he sent you a letter with the check saying, this is why I'm keeping this other amount, right?
Yes, I do acknowledge that.
Okay, that's fine. Because the way it works is, he feels that he's right. I am deeming him to be right about some stuff and not right about others. But now I wanted to see the lease to see if it talked about attorney's fees.
Yeah.
Doesn't even say it for you. Usually they say it for your side. It doesn't. So you're not entitled to attorney's fees in a situation like this unless your contract grants it to you. As I'm looking at the damage to the floors, I don't think that the damage to the floors are normal wear and tear. I think that it's pretty extensive damage based on stuff that you had there that was scratching it. I kind of, as I'm looking at this bill for wall repair, prime sand and paint, you haven't had them paint because you don't know what color you want to paint it because it may be you that goes back in there. I don't think that $580 of an $855 bill is just to prime sand and paint the splotches behind the TV where you're probably going to hang a TV anyway. I think it's to paint the whole place. So I'm going to reduce the amount, and that you're not entitled to, not under these circumstances. I've seen the pictures. I feel that you're entitled to the floor repair. I feel you're entitled to something for whatever you had to prime sand and paint of those little splotches, which I doubt intensely that you're going to even do, but okay. I feel that you are entitled to, everybody agrees that the amount of the security deposit at play here is $1,463. I find that you're entitled to keep $275 for the floors, which is what you were charged for the floors. I find that $200 for the walls is more than adequate, $100 for the light installation, and $45 for the shower heads. That means that what you must return would be $843 of the security deposit. Instead, you returned only $462.99, and therefore I find that you still owe a remaining $380.01 verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment.
So the plaintiff does recover money, certainly far less than she was seeking here. How do you feel about the outcome? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I believe in karma, and she's a landlord now, so what goes around comes
Oh, she
around.
is. All right. All right. Well, you've learned something. Thank you very much. You must sign a few documents. Here come the plaintiffs. We only heard from one of you, though, for the whole thing. So anyway, was it worth coming to court for the $380-some you're getting back, do you think?
Yes, it was worth it, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I had expected more because there were only certain areas that were shown on the floors,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's fine.
You heard her
That's
decision.
fine.
And
That's
I
her
assume you
decision.
learned something as well from all of this, right?
I learned how to be the best landlord I can possibly
Okay,
be.
good for you. Then it was worth your while.
Yes.
Thank you very,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay.
Thank you all. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, what she was talking about is normal wear and tear, and a tenant is not responsible for that.